Yeah, what's poppin', fam? It's your man Xavier Brandon on the MIC Voices in the Streets on WAOK. Man, you know we got some special people in the building. This is a Voices in the Streets alumni here. Howard University's own, Snellville's own. The Reds are in the building. Root to the Reds. Oh, yeah. And we have BMF star herself, Miss Laila D. Pruitt's in the building. Laila, what up?
What's up? That was an amazing intro. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I do what I can. I try to make people feel like family, you know, when they come and pull up. So, first of all, how you doing? How's life? You know what I mean? How's Howard, the Mecca, treating you?
I'm good. We just finished finals, so I just got back home, so I'm happy. Oh Lord, I'm tired, but I'm taking my break, so I'm happy.
What's your major? Is it theater?
I'm a theater arts major with the acting concentration, BFA. Okay.
Okay, there you go. So let me just talk about that. How does your acting classes and courses and theater courses, how does that help you in different scenes when you're, you know, playing Nikki on BMF or anything else you're doing? How does that roll?
Absolutely. It's funny because I was going to go to Howard for film and television production. So I was going to go that track, but then I was talking to Russell Hornsby, who plays my dad on the show, and he sort of like pushed me towards doing the theater track and doing the more, doing theater in college. And I'm so glad that he talked me into that because theater was like the first form of acting. Like before we had cameras and everything, that was the first form. And so going from that bigger sort of method and technique and like really learning about all of those like original techniques of how people did things before and how they're still being done but maybe are less popular now, you're able to kind of like put those into a microscope when you get on screen. So then it makes it even more potent. I don't know if I'm even making sense, but
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like when you're big and then you can make it really small, it makes it that much more potent in terms of like your acting skill and the techniques that you're using. So it's always good to go back and learn from how people did it before so that you're able to apply it to what you're doing now.
Definitely. Now, one of the things I remember I saw Denzel, he talked about the difference between being on stage versus being behind the camera, like, and how like in a film or movie, that's the director's like playground, you know what I'm saying? But on stage, in that case, that's the thespian's playground. That's yours. How do you feel the difference is when you're acting? You know, I don't know how it is in the performing arts school. I'm assuming y'all got to put on plays and you know.
Well, yes.
So how is it doing that versus, like I said, when you're on set? You know, is there really do you see the difference, or which one do you like more?
With me starting off with in film, I'm more comfortable in film because I know that more. So when I started, you know, doing plays and like going to rehearsals at Howard, I kind of just, you know, was a little more quiet. I was like, I'm gonna sit back and observe and make sure I know what's going on. But I think in both atmospheres, it's the director's vision that we're trying to bring to life that actors are trying to embody, and it's a collaborative environment in both spaces, I feel. As long as you come as an actor, as long as you come to set or you come to rehearsals with ideas and with, you know, work being done, you know, because obviously there is work that's done before we get to set or before we get to rehearsal. So as long as you as the actor come with decisions made and choices ready to be made and ready to play and work and all of the things, it's a collaborative space. So that's why I like acting in general. It's honestly, I really don't have a favorite anymore. It used to be film, but I love theater so much now.
That's awesome. All right, so I just binge watched all of season 3.
Oh, please.
So it is so fresh in my mind right now.
Okay, let me try to bring it back up to my mind.
Like you literally are like in the show, Nicole is literally like growing up, you know what I mean? Her mom is pressuring about, you know, sex and stuff, and you checking everybody, okay? Which is very cool, you know, in a way to see like a teenager have her voice, you know what I mean, in the 90s. Right. So what was that like playing that part of Nicole's life in the 90s? And is there any part that relates to how you are in like, you know, normal life?
Absolutely. I think it was really complicated. And I talked with Miss McCall, McCall White, who plays my mother in the show, and I would always talk to her whenever I had a scene where I would like be yelling at my parents or at my brothers or anything like that, because it's the 90s and they were not afraid to swound you up really quick. So I would talk to her about that, like, does this seem like realistic? What would be a realistic way for me to go about this? What do you think? And we would figure out those scenes. I think something that is similar between me and Nicole is that I understand being the youngest and the youngest daughter, because I'm the youngest in my family. I have one older brother. I understand the struggles of having an older brother, and I know Nicole does too. The difference is her how vocal she is about those things, but I completely understand the frustrations of an older brother just getting on your nerves and all those things. So of course Nicole's circumstances are a little bit different, but we apply. And then I think there's definitely similarities and differences between me and Nicole, for sure.
Okay, dope. Now Breeze is on the scene. Okay.
Right.
And you and Breeze, the Nicole and Breeze are kind of like, getting to know each other and stuff like that. Can you give us any insight to what happens? What can we expect in season 4? Because season 4 about to drop. You know what I'm saying? What can we expect from Nicole and Breeze? Is there anything we need to be looking forward to? Or
shout out to Danje Hansley, who plays Breeze. That's my dog. But I don't want to give anything away, but you can definitely expect to see him this season.
Okay.
Him and Nicole. That's really all I can say.
All right. She's media trained. Okay, great. All right. So how about this? Me and a couple coworkers were just arguing about this.
Okay. Oh gosh.
How realistic is what's happening in the show compared to what really happened? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because for me, as a person that is just watching, I'm like, okay, shoot, getting torched with a flamethrower is a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm like, based on like what your knowledge of the story and things like and what they reveal, because I know in the beginning they say some of this stuff is based off of real life. Some of this is dramatic, but some of this might have actually happened. How much do you know, like, is actually happened versus like, nah, we put that in just for a little bit of entertainment?
I will say, I don't know. Through my conversations that I've had with the real Nicole and with the real Terry and the real Big Meech, like, I will say that much of it is real. Much of it is real. Many of the things, even like in season 4, like we've gone for these 4 seasons, and a lot of that has really happened. Now, when it gets to details, like a flamethrower here and there, or I don't necessarily know if that was happening. It really might have, though. I don't know, though. But those little details like that, we have to bring things to life a little bit and exemplify the intensity of the moment for the audience. But a lot of that stuff really did happen. A lot of that stuff. So
you talked about talking to the real Nicole. How is she, and how has that relationship been for you, like gleaning from her experiences or what's been going on with her?
She's amazing to talk to, and it's a little bit pressure inducing, right? Like to get a role where the person that you're playing is still alive, if you're doing a biopic or if you're doing a show where you're telling real stories. But it's also amazing because then you can talk to them and you can ask them questions. She's been amazingly helpful. Like I've set up, FaceTimes and things like that to talk to her. I have her number. Like I can text her whenever I need. I've texted her on set, or she'll come to set. She'll bring like her friends and people she grew up with in Detroit during that time. And like, it's the coolest thing ever. As an actor, like I fangirl over her all the time, and she'll like comment on my Instagram posts and things like that, and she's always encouraging. It's amazing. But she has so many stories, and I just pull whatever I can from her.
That's awesome. Okay, so what can fans expect from season 4? Like, if they don't got stars yet,
right?
If they're sitting there trying to figure out, am I going to watch it or am I not going to watch it? Why don't you tell the people why they should check out BMF season 4?
Listen, y'all. If you don't have Stars or Hulu yet, it's time to get it, because season 4 seriously is very like you get to find out things that I feel like the audience has been waiting for up until now. Or at least me, I've been waiting for it because you hear all these things about Meech and Terry and the whole BMF like going all over the state, going all over the nation, going to international, going to Mexico, going to different places, and they go into all of that this season. They go into all of that, and then also for characters like their parts of their family, Nicole, mom, dad, a lot of this season touches on mental health. A lot of it touches on Nicole growing up, and I really hope that the fans are willing to go with Nicole on that. I know everyone sees her as like the little sister, but she is grown this season.
Okay.
She is grown this season. So I really hope that y'all will take this journey with the whole family, because it really is something to watch this season.
Would you like a Nicole spinoff?
I would love a Nicole spinoff. I really do feel like she has a lot more stories to tell, and a lot and her own story and plot, like separate from her brothers, and just growing up and becoming a woman and what that looked like for her. I would love that. Yes. Hey,
I saw in the trailer that Lamar, I was like, why is Lamar back? I thought Lamar died. What is happening?
he's sticky.
He's
a sticky guy.
You can't get rid of Lamar.
Can't get rid of him.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, so let's go back to you, Nicole. So you're at Howard. What year are you now?
I'm a junior rising senior.
Junior rising senior. Okay, so how has it been balancing or juggling school? You pledged, you are working, you know what I mean? You got to have time for your family and all that stuff. Like, how have you been handling and juggling everything?
To be honest, I would love to sit up here and say like, oh, it's been easy. I write things down. I have my calendar and I just follow. No, it's very difficult at times. Like, it really is. Because especially the major that I'm in, like, it's not like I'm doing, I guess I won't shout out another major, but I mean, it's not like I'm doing something that can be done online. I have to be in person for it. And so, flying back and forth between classes and then going to set, or, now being a pro fight, handling my Delta business, it can be a lot, but I really do. I lean on those around me. I have to be communicative at all times with my professors, with the faculty at Howard University, with producers and production and my cast at BMF and the other projects that I'm working on, and then and also with my sisters and all the other responsibilities I have on campus and outside of classes. And I think I'm learning. Like, I'm 21. I just turned 21 in March. You know what I mean?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But I'm just like, I'm figuring it out. So one thing that I'm really trying to give myself is just grace about, getting it all done. And I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Pretty good job.
No, I mean, you're doing a lot, okay? You're doing a lot for the average 21-year-old. So,
well, thank you.
So that's good. So speaking of other projects, what other projects can we expect from you?
I have some of my own projects that I'm thinking about. That I'm working on right now. I've written a couple of short films over this past school year at school at Howard, and then I also have been working on my poetry. That's another like passion of mine that I really don't get to dive into a lot. So this summer, hopefully, I'll be able to theatricalize and film some of those poems that I have written.
Oh, you're a poet.
I am a little bit. What are you? What?
They know whenever somebody who rhymes or they got poems and stuff. I'm like, oh, you got bars? You wanna?
I don't know if I have bars.
You wanna drop some juice for the people?
I don't think I have it like that. I like my pen and paper.
Okay, I'm gonna let you.
Pen and paper action. Thank you.
That's cool. Now, do you have what's it like going into either coming home to Snellville or just being back at home, or like people like fanning out? Like, do they watch BMF and then run up on you on campus and be like, "Yo, girl," you know what I'm saying? Or like, what's that experience been like?
They do. It's honestly it's a little bit like, I don't know. It's just different. It's something that I've never really experienced before booking BMF. It's very nice though, especially when I meet people from Detroit, you know, who like really appreciate seeing their city represented in a good way and represented authentically on screen. So that's always nice to hear that from people. Sometimes, you know, I am in the cafeteria and I don't look great, you know, and they want, you know, people ask for a picture and I'm like, can I just give you a hug?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like stuff like that. I'm like, like, okay. But but it is really nice. It's an interesting way to connect with the campus because they know me, but you know, I don't always know them. So it's nice to meet new people through that way. Yeah. I have had one time in COFA, that's the College of Fine Arts. One time I was coming out of a class with my friends and we were just talking, walking down the hallway, and there was a tour going on. So like a bunch of high schoolers are in the lobby of COFA, and you know, they look over and I see them do the little double take action. I said, okay, I've been clocked. Right. And so then they go down the hallway, and then 2 minutes later they run, all of them running down the hallway at me, and I was like, oh, and they're like, are you that actress? Are you this actress? I'm like, yes, that's me. Nice to meet y'all. And luckily, I looked nice that day, so we took the pictures.
They caught you on a good day.
It caught me on a good day.
That's what's up. All right, so I'm gonna end us on this. Something I like to do whenever we have, you know, artists and poets and all different types of people in here is a game called Top 5.
Okay.
Right? And I like to consider you like a young actress, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's a lot of emerging young actresses who are out here, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing. Give us your top 5 young actresses, actors that people should know about, that you are like, yo, they're doing great work.
Okay. That's a great question. I'm going to say, for sure, because I just saw Sinners, for sure Miles, who plays Preacher Boy on Sinners. He did an amazing job. I'm going to shout out Danielle Hansley again, because he's doing his thing on BMF. That's 2. And then I'm going to shout out my friends from Howard, who are also doing big things, producing their own works at Howard. Everett Judd, Jace Gray, and Israel Robinson. And that makes 5.
There you go. Dope. All right, Laila. So tell the people when BMF is dropping, how they need to watch it, and why.
Okay. BMF is dropping June 6th. Y'all need to watch it on Starz app or on Hulu. And you need to watch it because it's the most explosive season 4. Are you kidding me? They're going to Mexico. We're growing up. Nicole's growing up. Like, we're seeing what happens. We're seeing everything come to fruition this far. Like, y'all gotta watch it. Come on.
Definitely. Tell people how they can follow you and get in contact with you and tap in with you.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Laila D Pruitt. LailaDPruitt.
Well, Laila, we appreciate you pulling up on us. Your Voice in the Streets alumni. Anytime you got something going on, feel free to come pull up, man.
Yes, no absolutely. Problem. Thank you so much.
It's Xavier Brandon on the MIC for WAOK Voices in the Streets. You dig?